Today I'm going to show you how to drop a logo to one color, just like it says here. We're going to take this Catawba Ridge snake, and you can see in my samples over here, we're going to drop it down to one color. Why would I want to do that? The short answer is some projects demand that. You can imagine using vinyl to make a t-shirt or a sticker. This original design is going to require three different um, pieces of vinyl. You'll have to have an orange piece, the gold piece, and the green. And assuming that it's going to be on a white background, or you'll have to add a fourth color, which would be this white for his teeth. So cutting from vinyl, you'd want to use this. Also screen printing. Screen printing, when you do a project and you have somebody else do it, they're going to charge you for every color ink that you have. So if I can do this, if I did this on a black shirt, I'd have four colors, including the white: white, green, orange, and gold. Screen printing this, I'd probably go with this gold one here on a black shirt, is going to significantly reduce cost because it's less work for the printer. So sometimes you'll need to do that. Other times you may just want to um, have a design in one color versus the multicolors here. So I'm going to show you guys how to do that with this snake. What I would like for you guys to do is go ahead and open the Catawba Ridge assets and download the Catawba Ridge Copperhead snake here. Pause the video, do that, and then resume once you've done it. Okay, I assume you've downloaded it. Now you've opened it in Illustrator, and when you do, make sure you have your layers. If you don't, make sure you've checked layers so you can see your layers. We're going to need that today. I have an extra layer here called instructions, and I've labeled this layer logo, but you can see you should have just this group. And so the snake, the Catawba Ridge snake, is all grouped. What that means is everything moves together. It's all essentially locked together. So if I scale it to a different size, it stays the same, or if I move, each piece moves with it. So what I want to do is activate the shape. First thing I need to do, it says right here, step 2 is ungroup the artwork. So you can either right click and choose ungroup, or you can hit, while it's activated, Command Shift G, that ungroups. And now look at your layers. You can see you've got a couple subgroups here, but they're organized. So if I move things, I'm going to move, there's the gold. You can see that's the gold. We've got the green, we've got the white, and then the background gold, and then we've got the eye. So I'm going to hit Command Z to put all that back. But basically everything is stacked up. There is no outline of this snake that looks like this because it's just pieces piled on top. So what we need to do is cut out this outline so that we can then have just this snake. All right. So before we do that, what I would like for you guys to do is go through each group and click this radial dot and then hit Command Shift G. That ungroups it, and now you can see I just have the T and the M. They're mini groups, that's okay there. Do the same for this white, Command Shift G, and then I'll go through to the orange down here, Command Shift G. Do it again for the gold layer, Command Shift G. And now I don't have any groups. If I look, it says path, path, path all the way up, except for the T and the M, and that's okay for this. All right, so now this is how many pieces or how many elements make up this snake. What we need to do is we need to cut this out. Think about like a hamburger, and then you would take something, hamburger has layers. It's got the bun, it's got the lettuce, cheese, the burger, and then the bottom bun. And then anything else you may put on it. But imagine if you took a cookie cutter and pushed through that. It would push through all the layers, and then you could eventually cut out, let's say, a heart out of that burger. You'd have the scrap that you'd discard of, and then every piece underneath there would be in the shape of a heart. The burger, the cheese, everything's related or shaped like a heart. So what we're going to do is essentially kind of like that. We're going to use, right here it says step 3, use the Shapes Builder tool, which is Shift M. So if I hold Shift M, but before you do that, make sure everything here is activated. So click on your black arrow and drag over your snake. Now, Shift M, it is the Shapes Builder tool, and it is this one here. What the Shapes Builder tool does is that cookie cutter that I was talking about. So Before you click on anything, change the color to something unique. You can go with pink or black, something that's not used already. So I'm going to go out here and do a pink fill so we can see it clearly. And now I click off that, and as I hover over, you can see I can click on certain things that kind of grays out certain areas. So let's start. We want to click on each of these pieces that we want to be green. Now some of them are already connected, so watch this. If I click on this stripe right here, it turned all of the things that are connected pink. Okay? So looking at my snake, and comparing it to this one over here, what other pieces do I need? So I've got all the green already done, it's turned pink. You can see I need the black around the eye, so I'm going to get into that section and click, and now that turned pink, so I'm good. And then looks like I need the little nostril too, so I'll click in there, zoom in if you need to, and now everything that I need is pink. Everything else is going to remain how it is. All right, so essentially what I did again is I used a cookie cutter and merged and condensed all of those pieces together. So let's see what that did. So we're on step 3, we did that. Now we want to delete the unwanted portions. Okay, now all the unwanted portions, we've got all these pieces and we're like, oh Lord, there's so many pieces. I got to go through each of those and delete them. Not necessarily. What I would suggest you do right now is use your white arrow and click on, let's click on one of the pink pieces. So I did that. And when I click on it, you can see I've got all the anchors and everything all the way around it, and it's in a red color. Yours may be a different color. But now I'll scroll through my pieces and look for that radial dot where the red is. That tells me that layer, you can see, is that pink snake. So I'm going to go ahead and lock that. All right, that one is done. I'm going to now click on what else is pink. Oh, his eye. All right, so I'll click on that. I got to make sure I get just, there we go, get just the pink, and I look and confirm, nope, there it is. And I can see I don't even need to click on his nostril because there it is right underneath, so I'll lock that. The other piece that I need, I forgot, is the TM, and they're not pink, but that's okay. We saw where those are, so let's lock those two. And so all of my stuff is locked that I wanted to keep. Everything else I don't want. So I can now use my black arrow, drag over everything else, hit delete, and it should leave me with the outline that I desired. All set. And now I can unlock those and activate everything. And the last step says to regroup the logo. So the grouping is, you can either right click and click group, or you can hit Command G and that will do the same thing. And now everything is grouped back together. And the beautiful thing is here, let's say I want to put this on a gray shirt like this. Over here, this gray background, I can test it and see, does that look good? No, I don't like the look of that pink on there. What would look good? So let me go through my colors and I can assign a color. White stands out, looks nice. The Catawba Ridge Gold would probably look pretty nice on there. Green may be a little dark. I don't know. I think that's too dark. But anyhow, you can go ahead and assign colors to that whole project or that whole um, logo if it's grouped. All right. What I would like for you to do now that you've done that, save this project that we just did as a tutorial, turn that in, um, and choose one of these logos that you can see here and do it independently. Do it by yourself. Use this as a model so you know what to do and what not to do. Sometimes you can go through a project. This one is one color, you can see. However, it doesn't look right. It just, there's missing the pupil. The outline isn't all that great. Messes up with his teeth. So you don't want it to look like a zombie without a pupil. Make sure you do something that looks good. You may have to try this a couple times or do different color combinations to see what looks good. But for this project, I want you to do one independently using one of these logos here and see if you can copy the pieces that they did. All right, save that and turn it in. Of course, save it with your name in the file. Read the directions in Google Classroom to make sure that you are saving it in the correct format and with the correct name. Thanks for listening. Good luck.